We acknowledge the Wurundjeri people who are the traditional custodians of this land. We pay respects to elders both past and present and extend respect to other Indigenous Australians present. Don't tell me the slides, thing's not working. Okay. This is the site in North Fitzroy on Wurundjeri country. Orientated east-west on a prominent neighbourhood corner. The front façade is a typical double-storey terrace, yet the house presents itself with the front door on the side elevation. Renovating a Victorian terrace is not an altogether unfamiliar exercise for many Melbourne architects, often a process of either defining or blurring old and new whilst reconfiguring the cellular programming so typical of the Victorian era. Design interventions are often characterised by a series of considered operations rather than singular sweeping concepts. In our Fitzroy North Terrace, we sought to investigate design solutions that preserved and celebrated the building's history whilst respectfully reorganising its spaces to accommodate contemporary family life. Alongside interface with the street, with a lemon tree much loved by the family of 5 that live here and the broader community. The existing site configuration struggled to balance the opportunity for northern light with the requirement for both privacy from the street and garden access for living spaces. Intent on retaining as much existing fabric as possible, the alteration inscribes a new building envelope behind the heritage façade. In doing so, the interface between garden, street and private realm is redefined. So the site plan, the existing ground floor plan, and the new addition is highlighted matches the existing house's footprint virtually. The original backyard and lemon tree, the kitchen at the back of the house with limited outlook to the garden. By pulling the new fabric away from the existing, a productive dialogue is created. The resulting liminal space is given over to a micro garden. So here, oops, that was a bit dramatic. Here's the micro garden, looking back from the original kitchen to the central living space, and then we inverted those spaces. The heritage façade begins to perform a new role as filter between street and interior. Large apertures in the new building envelope enable dual aspect opening, delivering light and ventilation deep into the heritage plan without compromising on privacy. Consulting closely with the structural engineer, the high-level bracing required to maintain the street façade's integrity was transformed into a planted terrace to the new first floor main bedroom. The existing first floor plan, they had 4 bedrooms and a bathroom. Internally, spaces are reconfigured to provide a more evenly sized bedrooms and allow the main bedroom an outlook to the rear garden. An excessively large bedroom at the front is divided into 2 smaller children's bedrooms. And the new plan, 4 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms, a study nook and a galley laundry were incorporated onto the wide upper landing. Utilising the existing sectional arrangement typical of Victorian terraces, the main bedroom is accessed off the lower split level, giving privacy and a sense of separation in a compact floor plate. Materially, the project draws a respectful delineation between old and new. Taking cues from heritage construction, the recycled red brick insertion is materially resonant but chromatically distinct from the heritage façade. We procured Frank Construction procured all of Melbourne's available recycled bullnose bricks, and we used red oxide to make the bricks read more as a surface rather than individually. Bullnose details soften the junction where old meets new and forms edges to windows. Brick fins also offer depth to blinker views from the main bedroom to the street. Further defining the existing spaces, the site is bookended by a small yet hard-working utility area. So that's the original backyard with the enormous sewer vent. The space's generous opening to the street, articulated by a large sliding steel door, permits a range of opportunities. Bike store and a utility space. Our client also uses the area for home brewing beer and a pop-up art space. On top is a productive roof garden with views down to the central garden designed by Exley Garden Architecture. Protected from the street by a brick screen, and which also avoids overlooking to the adjoining neighbour, a secluded seating area was incorporated to enjoy a sundowner with the pizza oven. The water tank was located at the rear boundary, which solved the wall offsets required for the enormous sewer vent that needed to be retained, and a service zone, which consolidated services and utilities to screen from the house. Timber lines the interior of the newly constructed rooms and living room and bedroom above. The client's favourite colour is referenced in hardware and kitchen to withstand family life. A glass splashback in the kitchen diffuses light from the front door while redefining an entry sequence. Originally, the entry hall led to a narrow corridor. Now the entry invites you into the heart of the home. Through considered intervention, a new relationship between old and new is formed, one that allows light yet maintains privacy, celebrates heritage whilst providing space for the contemporary. Fitzroy North Terrace celebrates the life of the 124-year-old building whilst ensuring continued enjoyment for many years to come.